Follow along, Catholic pilgrims, as we follow French doctor of the Church, St. Francis de Sales, through his book, Introduction to the Devout Life. Tune in as we read through this practical guide for living out the Catholic faith well. Hello, fellow pilgrims. Welcome back. We've got a super short reading today, a bit of a continuation from last time's reading. Now, you may be thinking to yourself that St. Francis doesn't want us to have any fun. No dancing, no games of chance, recreation needs to be super limited. I think it's important to remember that St. Francis isn't saying that we can never dance, or never go to a ball, or never play poker or bingo, or never buy lottery tickets for stocking stuffers. I'll admit, that is one of my favorite stocking stuffers to buy. His point in bringing all this up is that he wants us to discern, to be moderate, and not allow our indifferent hobbies or recreations become occupations, as he puts it. So let's open our books to chapter 34 of the third part. Chapter 34, When we may play or dance. Lawful games and dances should be matter of recreation only, not of interest, occupying but a short time, and that rarely. If they are habitual, they will become an occupation. You ask when we may indulge in them. The seasons for such ordinary diversions are more frequent, those for others very rare, inasmuch as they are more blamable and dangerous. You may enjoy them under the safeguards I have mentioned, when discretion and prudence dictate that you should comply with the wishes of that society in which you find yourself. Courtesy and kindness, the companions of charity, sometimes render unimportant things good, and those which are dangerous allowable. They even neutralize the mischief in some things that are bad, so that games of chance, which of themselves are blamable, are not so when we play them from some good motive. Thus, St. Charles Borromeo relaxed, when amongst the Swiss, in certain matters concerning which he was otherwise strict. And St. Ignatius Loyola accepted an invitation to play. St. Elizabeth of Hungary joined in dancing and other sports without prejudice to her devotion, which was so deeply rooted in her soul that just as the rocks around the Lake of Redi grow beneath the dashing of the waves, her holiness waxed greater amidst the pomps and vanities to which her rank exposed her. Great fires flame all the more when the wind blows, but a little fire will be altogether extinguished unless it be sheltered. One of my favorite books is Pride and Prejudice. And I would like to add, it is an objective fact, that the BBC short series with Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy is the best movie presentation of the book. The Keira Knightley one is aesthetically pleasing, but it doesn't hold a candle to the BBC version. For those who don't know, in the book, there are 5 daughters from a somewhat well-to-do family in 1800s England. They are Jane, Mary, Catherine, Lydia, and Elizabeth, or Lizzie. And the story is mainly centered on Elizabeth. Anyway, Lydia and Catherine are 2 of the younger girls, and their entire existence revolves around going to dances. And the reason that they want to go is for all the reasons St. Francis spells out that are not good, for vanity and gossip, for example. Going to dances is their occupation. They live for nothing else, and because of this, they're very superficial, self-centered, and extremely immature. St. Francis says, quote, "Lawful games and dances should be matter of recreation only, not of interest, occupying but a short time, and that rarely. If they are habitual, they will become an occupation," unquote. Now, as I said last time, we aren't really going to balls and dances like they were during St. Francis's time or even in the time of Pride and Prejudice. But are there recreational activities that are so habitual that they are like an occupation for us in the modern age? Yes. video games. I know people that spend 8 hours, like a full workday, playing video games. And I know people that play mindless phone games for hours. Hours. It's like an occupation, and it is a habit, an overwhelming habit. That was one thing back in the day when video games were coming out for friends to get together and play at each other's houses for a while as a way to do something together. And St. Francis says, quote, "You ask when we may indulge in them. You may enjoy them under the safeguards I have mentioned, when discretion and prudence dictate that you should comply with the wishes of that society in which you find yourself," unquote. It used to be, hey, let's go over to so-and-so's house and play Super Mario Brother for a bit together. The group had a collective plan. There was nothing inherently wrong with Super Mario Brothers. And so for a time, it's fine to play to be part of the group. Nowadays, this is not the case. People, adults included, are holed up in their rooms in dark basements, playing by themselves for hours. Of course, they will tell you that they are playing with friends. However, those friends are somewhere else on a screen far away. This isn't healthy, and it takes away from truly living life. And that's why it is so important with any recreation to put safeguards around it so that it doesn't steal time from God, from family, and from friends that are present. So that is all for today, Catholic Pilgrims. Next time, we will be talking about being faithful in small and great things. And until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.